How's it going, everybody? In this video we are going to be importing our mesh for this demonstration. Now you may already have a mesh, so if you do, then in that case you should you might be able to skip a lot of this tutorial. But if you're if you're going to want to be putting in something that's a little bit more something that's been done in the past, or maybe you want to kind of accelerate the pipeline, you may want to download some meshes. Now, a good resource I have found is called the Models resource, and you can see the link up here. Otherwise, I can also put on the screen. So this is really great for finding game models and really saving yourself a lot of time. And some of these are really high quality models, to be honest. They're all game ready. So what I'm going to do though is I'm going to just cut to the chase. I'm going to download a FBX that I can use. Now I could go with the Wii U's Charizard for this demonstration. It looks pretty nice. I'm actually going to opt for the 3DS Max, or sorry, for the 3DS Charizard. Now the reason, two reasons. One, because it has more options. It has a Mega Charizard as well as the shiny versions. But also, because it is an older model, I will be able to demonstrate an issue that you might see. Now, to download this, you are going to need to log in, or you need to make an account. And actually, I really recommend this website because it does have textures and sounds as models, sprites, a lot of things that you can use in your video games. So now I'm just going to go ahead and download the model. You can either click here at the download zip, or you can hit the download model, and then you'll have a zip compression folder start to download for you. So it's a fairly small folder. I'm going to go ahead and open up my downloads. Here it is. I'm just going to double click on that, and I'm going to just hit close on the purchase WinRAR license, and then we'll extract this to my desktop and just say OK. And there it goes. It should be now, the folder should be extracted. There it is. Now if I click in here, I have a Charizard. I have my my Mega X, Mega Y. And these are all just 3D objects. As well as I do have the images for shiny and images for just the default Charizard. I'm not going to be too concerned about the images right now. Oops. So what I do want to do is I want to take this Charizard into FPS, or into Blender. So I'm going to go open up a new Blender folder. I've already removed all the cameras, lights, and mesh by default. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, Import FBX. Now do make sure that they are an FBX, not an OBJ. Either one's fine, but if you hit import FBX and it is OBJ, you won't be able to see it. So just make sure that you are importing the right file type so you can actually see what you're trying to import. So in this case, I'm going to import my Charizard FBX and just hit import, and we're going to get this error here. It says down the bottom, you see it says version 6100 unsupported, must be 7100 or later. Now this is an issue that you might run into, especially when you're working with older models. It might be saved as an older version of FBX. Now the most efficient way I found to this is I just type in FBX converter in my search engine. Now there are some online ones. I personally just use the Autodesk one, so I click on the Autodesk FBX converter. I download it because I know I will be using this in the future, so it's not a bad one to have. And you just want to download and install the FBX 2013.3 converter for Windows, or if you have Mac, install it for the Mac. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm just going to go ahead and, now that it's downloaded and installed, I'm going to open it up. And this is pretty straightforward what we need to do here. Is I first just need to add a model. So I'm going to go ahead and add my Charizard. Let's see. Downloads Charizard. There it is. And my Charizard. And I just want to export out a FBX 2013 and I want to choose my destination folder. I'm actually just going to make a new folder and just call this Charizard. Now I want to make a new folder because then I'll know for sure this is the right one, but also I'm going to condense down all my other unneeded folders. I'm going to leave that in the old one and put all my needed new files into this Charizard file. So I hit select and I hit convert, and it shouldn't take but a moment. Result converted, so it should be good. I'm just gonna close out of that now, and if I were to go back into here in my downloads folder, I should have a new folder called Charizard. There's my Charizard converted mesh. So I'm gonna go now to File, Import, FBX, my Charizard folder, and now you should have your Charizard mesh. Now a few things. This is just me being kind of picky, because I am a fan of Pokemon and I like the realism, especially when it comes into AR, the way I would intend this to be used. I would like to have my Charizard be the proper size. I don't want a 50-foot Charizard. I want the correct, I think it's 5'3" Charizard. You can always Google how tall is Charizard. And Charizard is 5'7", which is kind of surprising, but Google doesn't lie. So, but what I'm going to do though is I'm going to first select the armature and just delete it. And when I delete it, you're going to get this really ridiculously large Charizard. I'm going to my front view. I'll rotate Charizard 90 degrees. Maybe not. Let's see. Try this again. Front view, rotate 90 degrees. Yep. And now I know how tall Charizard is. I want to make a new mesh cube. And I'm just going to type in here. Let's see if I want to use my calculator, because I'm not very quick with the math. So Charizard should be about 67 inches tall. So I'm just going to type in here 67, and then we'll put inches. So inches is the 2 at the quotation mark. And now you'll see here down the base there is a 5'7" block, and I can start to scale this down. Might take you a couple times to scale it to get the right size. And I'm also going to move this up. I actually want the bottom of this block to be flush with the red line here. So therefore I can turn on my snap and put on absolute. Oh, actually no, let's go ahead and put on vertex, and then I'm just going to make a plane here. There you go. So now I can just move this down, snap to that plane, perhaps. Oh, that's weird. Ah. Okay, I have it on. There you go. And then I can just delete that plane. So now I see my Charizard is still a hair too tall. So I'm just going to scale down just a little bit more. In fact, I'm actually not going to count. We'll call this a big Charizard. I'm going to just go from the top of the head, not say the top of the horns. I think that looks pretty good there. Okay, so now that I have done that, I'm going to select my Charizard. I want to now apply my scale. Actually, I want to apply all my rotation, or all my transforms, as this is my new Charizard. It is the correct size. It's facing the proper direction, be in front, and I'm going to save it here. Let's go ahead and just go to my Charizard folder. Maybe not. I'm just going to save this just so I can make sure I have it. And I'm going to end the chapter here. In the next chapter, we're going to talk about creating the armature for our Charizard.